Get to the truth about, well, why? Why? Why is this guy doing it? Well, he's just a scholar, right? He's a scholar. He's got a passion for this. That's what he'll have you believe. When you dig down, people will say, no, 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 it's because of his faith. No, it's not about that. So that leaves, he wants fame, he wants money, or he wants power. To find out why he's doing this, you have to begin to uncover the many falsehoods surrounding this book and the author. Let's start with the first dishonest claim. He's a religious scholar and a historian. In fact, I'm quoting him, he has a PhD in the history of religions. That's how everyone is identifying him, because that's how he identifies himself. In fact, he gets a little snotty about it. In an interview on Fox News, he declared himself a historian and a PhD on the history of religions. Well, let's look at this and see how the facts compare. Can you please play the history of religions, or we have that coming up later? Because I know he has 4 degrees. He has, in 1995, he got a BA in religion, in religious studies. A BA, that's not a PhD. Santa Clara University. 1999, Masters in World Religions from Harvard. Okay. Good. Not a PhD. In 2002, a Master's in Fine Arts in Fiction. Interesting. In the University of Iowa. In 2009, a PhD in Sociology. That is bizarre. So he's studying us. He's learning how to write fiction, and he learns how to speak the religious language. Wow. It's a fascinating work here. But you know what I notice? There's no history degree. There's no history degree. He's not a PhD in religions, and he's not a historian. It's possible that his Harvard theology degree included some history credits, but that's not the same, not even on the same planet as an expert with a PhD in the history of religions. Please play the Fox News piece here where he goes on. Listen to how he says it.
To be clear, I am a scholar of religions with 4 degrees, including 1 in the New Testament. I am an expert with a PhD in the history of religions. I am a professor of religion, including the New Testament. That's what I do for a living, actually. To be clear, I just want to emphasize this one more time. I am a historian. I am a PhD in the history of religions.
No, he's not. He's not a PhD of the history of religions. He is not a historian. I tell you what, next time I'm on any channel, I'm going to insist that they put historian underneath my name. I spend a lot of time looking at history. A lot of time. Do you think they'd let me get away with historian? How about if I said I was a PhD in American history, and I don't have that? Would anybody allow me to get away with it? A cursory glance at his book reveals serious flaws in both fact and logic. But before I leave there, could you please put up where he's teaching now? Because he said, I want you to know what I'm teaching here. This is what I do. I'm a professor of history specializing in the Gospels. No, actually, he's at UC Riverside, and he's in the Department of Creative Writing. Really? He also is, he's at the University of Southern California in public diplomacy, which is an interesting place for him to be. He's also a contributor for the Daily Beast. But my favorite is the last one. We put this up. He's a sometimes professor. Sometimes professor. And Tiffany, if you can please find that for me. He's a sometimes professor, and what he's doing is he's teaching people something fantastic. He's teaching people Middle Eastern revolution. That's what he's a professor of. Revolution through, go ahead, here it is. Revolution on the art of protest in the Middle East, examining protest literature, film, art, and music. There it is. Drew University. That's not the same. Is it? Now, his education started as most education does. He was a Christian before going into college, and colleges are doing a great job churning people out that are not Christians anymore. It's there that his professors started teaching him.
Became very angry. I became very resentful. I turned away from Christianity. I began to really reject the concept of Christ.
Interesting. So it's not surprising to me that the elitist, godless professors sway him away from Jesus, but that's his starting point. Anger, resentment, rejection. But he stays in school. He gets his several degrees. For a religious expert, he doesn't seem to have a grasp on even the most basic facts. But he's busy teaching revolution in the Middle East. Now, Aslan was deflecting the NPR question of his own religious views, but he also blatantly lied about the point in the Gospels. Go back to the NPR piece here where he made this claim in the interview. Watch this.
I do not believe that Jesus is God, nor do I believe that he ever thought that he was God, or that he ever said that he was God.
Okay. Got a problem with this one, because Jesus made it very clear that he was. He was either God, the Son of God, or the Messiah. He's in the God circle there. And I don't care how far you get away from it. If you read the Gospels, it's pretty clear that's who he's saying he is. It's one of the reasons why everybody wanted him dead. He refers to himself as I am, which is the holy name of God, at least 4 times. In Mark, Jesus is asked, "Are you the Son of God?" And he says, "Yes." Well, that seems like it's pretty clear. So why would a religious scholar make such an easily disprovable claim? The string of dishonesty seems to be a pattern here.